Good morning and welcome to Coffee Ann, the longest-running panel discussion show in American radio. To make a comment or ask a question of the panel, call 401-766-1240 or email coffee@woonsocket.radio.com. And now, let's join the Coffee Ann panel.
Good morning. It is Coffee Ann time on ON, AM, and FM, Friday the 13th, September 13th. Thanks for joining us. I'm Joe Callahan. Dave Richards is right over there. Hi there, Dave.
How are you?
Nice to have Dave with us. A little later on, we're going to be joined by Rich Elaine from Post 85 and Trish Parento, also from Post 85, around 8:30 this morning here on ON
Kind
Radio.
Of from Post 85.
Kind of. So, but first, our first segment sponsor of Coffee Ann is the Northern Rhode Island Chamber of Commerce.
Is it, do you say?
It is. And so have they sent you in your email inbox, Dave?
Well, let's just go over here. What is it? Chamber. There it is right there. Oh, something brand new I haven't seen yet. It's The List.
All right.
The List, and it's showing all the different events that are planned. A lot of them are coming up next month. October 9th is closer than you think. You folks on the Autumn Fest Steering Committee know this, right?
October, next month?
October 9th from 8:30 to 9:30 in the morning at the Kirkbrae Country Club, the Eggs and Issues Breakfast, Rhode Island to Road to Prosperity is what they're calling it. And it's a special thing when you get together and break bread and have some broken eggs and stuff like that, and that sort of thing. And of course, if you got the emails like I do, you just click on register and then you're there. Bold in Business Breakfast is coming up on October 17th. The Welcome Wednesday Networking Coffee starts again on November 6th. Holiday Open House, save the date, December 3rd. It's early this year from 5 to 8. That's at the Bally's Twin River Lincoln Casino Resort. Always plenty to eat, plenty of people to see. And of course, there's expo tables there. And they put the whole thing together. They used to have an expo. They used to have a holiday party. They put both of them together. And it's a one dynamite event at the Northern Rhode Island Chamber of Commerce, 334-1000 telephone number. If you'd like to join, then give them a call and find out how chamber membership can work for you.
Very good there, Dave. And we accept the comments and questions at 766-1240. If you feel like calling anything in, just take a look at some of the news headlines. And this kind of surprised me when State Senator Sandra Cano resigned her senator seat.
Thank you very much for voting for me last Tuesday. By the way, I'm gone.
Just days after winning the election in the primary, because she ran unopposed in District 8 in the primary earlier this week. So she's leaving because she's expected to join the U.S. Small Business Administration. Now, the Democratic Party, they have to choose a replacement by today.
Yeah.
Boy, that's quick. Who do we bring in? Jeez.
Well, this is where party operatives, they get a chance to have some fun on something like this then, because largely being party operative, you're breaking up squabbles between candidates. You've got all these people with type A personalities, and it's an Excedrin job. But then when something like this happens, you say to yourself, well, gee whiz, we get a chance to be kingmaker. And maybe yes, maybe no. They still have a Republican opponent, I believe, don't they, in November?
I believe
think
they
do. Yeah. So anyway, they'll choose carefully, and whomever has pleased the party bosses or shows the best prospects and is in the right district will obviously get the nod to do that. And hopefully they choose somebody who wants to and can do the job well. It's just one of those things. You do have a procedure for this. And anybody who has met Senator Cano over the years, as I have, because she ran for a different office and she was very, very she campaigned vigorously, I think is the best way to put it. You're impressed by the young lady's energy and enthusiasm for whatever she does. And you get the impression that at her point in her life, she is establishing herself and making strides in her career. And so sometimes the word ambitious can have a negative connotation. I never saw it that way. I saw it as a positive ambition to help as many people as possible and to move her career along as she doesn't waste her time on this planet. So I'm not terribly surprised that she is the one we're talking about today, because I know that she's always wanted more, and she's seeking it, and it looks like it's coming her way.
She does have, or did have, an independent candidate was running against her.
Oh, I see.
Not a Republican candidate, but an independent candidate, Kathy Ann Palosik.
Polosic?
Palosik.
Well, it's almost Polosic.
It is. So
Polosic, yeah.
that's who's running against her. Now running unopposed until the Democratic Party picks their replacement nominee. So we'll see how that works out. And this is all down
Well,
in
of course, the
in
Democrats will
Pawtucket.
pick a nominee.
Oh yeah. So that's what they'll do there. So
It's the fun part of the
okay.
job, so whatever.
Yeah. All right. Well, had a little fun in my hometown there yesterday, there, Dave.
It was quite the scene.
It was quite the scene. I know where the Red Roof Inn is in my town. It's almost on the Foxborough line. So
Okay.
it's on that side
So this
of
guy
town.
from North Attleboro
So
goes up to Mansfield. We don't know why.
there
It's
were,
not-
well,
it's
there are
not-
no, there are
it's
no
not-
hotels in North
it's
Attleboro.
not-
Well, I guess there
That's
are.
not true.
On Route 1. Okay.
And you got a trailer park.
So, yeah, but you would need one to own one. But anyway, yeah, he goes to the Red Roof Inn and gets a room, and so the North Attleboro cops know he's there,
Right.
and they decide to come up and serve him with an arrest warrant
Oh, I see.
and place him under arrest as well.
And he has a different opinion.
He doesn't want this at all.
No.
It's not his birthday or it's Christmas, so no,
No.
he wants out of there.
Right.
And how he gets from his room to his car
Right.
that's under investigation, but he does, and then he tries to drive away
And the
with
cop
the cop
tries to
hanging
stop
onto the
him.
car.
Right.
So that cop gets injured.
Yeah.
There's a second cop, sees what's going on, pulls his revolver, shoots at the car,
Right.
and hits the suspect in the arm. Somehow a third cop the two other cops are injured
Yeah.
in this as well.
Right.
None of it's life-threatening. They've all been released from the hospital,
Right.
and they catch up with Kevin Burke because he
Other
drove.
cops do.
Yes, other cops, because he drove from Mansfield to North Attleboro.
Back to North Attleboro. Let's look for him there.
And
He lives there.
Let's start there. We'll look for the registration on the car, and
Mm-hmm.
we'll start there. And I guess that's where he was. So they arrest him. Probably brought him over to Sturdy Hospital. That's the closest one.
Right.
Stitch up his arm.
Yeah.
They fixed it up. Okay, released back to police, under arrest. So it's funny, being from the town of Mansfield, I get the notices of things that are going on, and sure, the Mansfield police put out a notice. Okay,
On your cell
on
phones?
my cell phone,
Yeah.
something's going on. They're never very specific. There's an investigation. That's how they put it, going on over at the Red Roof Inn, and it also said there's no threat to the public yet. They actually said that. No threat to the public yet, but please, if you don't have to go over to the Red Roof Inn
Right.
or in that area of town, don't.
Okay.
Okay. Now, the Red Roof Inn is literally right around the corner from a Stop and Shop.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So if you think of the Stop and Shop over here
Yeah.
in North Smithfield, then think of where the police station is. It's about the same proximity
Oh, yeah?
of space.
Okay.
That's about it. It's like
Pretty close.
I go, it's close and pretty well attended. A lot of people go there. It's like,
Sure.
I wonder. So I just wonder which way the Mr. Burke fled to get to North Attleboro.
What was his
which
name?
way? Kevin Burke.
Kevin Burke.
And which way did he go?
He's
And
the
which way did
suspect.
the police shoot at? Was it towards the Stop and Shop?
Wow.
I'm assuming yes, because that's the way to go.
They
to
they
get to
fired
North
into the
Smithfield.
car and got
Yes.
him in the car.
Well,
And
they
by
would have
the
heard
way,
the shots. Yeah.
what's that?
They would have heard the shots if you're in the parking lot at the Stop
Sure,
and Shop.
sure you would have, yeah.
I just
But
wondered which
it
way. he
seems
was
to
headed.
me that you get when you hear stories like this, Joe. I
Yeah.
think the listeners will identify with this comment. You get ideas in your mind and you imagine the situation. When I heard the story, actually, when I read the story, I got in my mind, wow, what restraint. The police officer got him in the arm. It's only inches away from the chest.
Well, the
And
head.
right, or the head for that matter, got him in the arm. Good shooting, accurate shooting. I mean, you want to stop a guy, but you don't want to kill a guy.
Yeah.
Nobody does. Nobody, no police officer ever wants to draw their weapon and have death as a result. And since, of course, in a car, you can't aim for the lower extremities to stop them because it'll never reach there because the car is in the way. To get it in the arm, not bad at all. That'll slow a guy down.
And it did. Was he shooting for his arm? I hope so.
Well, you would hope. Yeah, I mean, I don't know this. You jump to conclusions. You have an imagination when your story's being related to you, and that's the way it is. Yeah.
All right, we got a note come in, and it's just saying, ask Dave if Melissa Murray could come back onto the Coffee and shows, even though she was
popular.
Even though she's in a campaign, but because she has no opposition, does that change the rules? Of course,
she does
that's
have
if
opposition.
Melissa is running unopposed, which I do not know. And she
Yes.
is running. Someone is running against her.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Okay.
She's a Democrat. She had no opposition in the Democratic primary.
Right.
However, she does have a Republican opposition, Mr. Lockyer.
Craig Lockyer.
Right.
Okay.
And so it would not be fair to Craig for her to appear. Mm-hmm. And we won't do that because we don't want to be unfair. There will be a time, spoiler alert, when someone who truly is unopposed will come forward, and I think we've already booked them next week to be on the air. And we will make note of that when they appear, that if there were any opposition and this could be unfair in any way, we wouldn't allow it. But since there absolutely isn't any opposition and probably couldn't be any opposition, we may chance it for the sake of good programming and getting information out to the audience.
Mm-hmm. All right. So that's the situation there. I think we're all set with the incident in Mansfield. And, and they repaved in front of my house last night, too.
Well, does that mean they're going to stop keeping you up at night?
They kept me up pretty good last night as well.
Yeah.
With the paving.
You looked a little droopy this morning, friend. I wasn't going to say anything about it.
And even they said, I got the notice. Oh, we're going to be paving on that road, and we're going to start at 9 at night, and we're going to wrap it up by 3 in the morning.
Just about the time you're getting up to work.
And I said, nope. I said they're going to be. I'm thinking about it because I had to work in Worcester last night. I said they'll be right in front of my house as soon as I get home. And they were right in front of my house as soon as I got home.
Did you get your car in off the street?
Eventually. Because when I pull up to where I'm going to pull up to my house, and of course there's a cop there saying, nope, detour because we're paving down this road. And I'm just stopped there. He eventually walked over. And he said, yes. I said, I live 4 houses up on the right.
Yeah.
And he looked over, and that's exactly where the steamroller was, going over the new pavement. So I was able to pull onto a side street and park there, and had to wait like another hour. And then, okay, it was done. It was cool enough, and then I could drive over. But I said, I knew it. I knew it. All right. The URI is ranked best public university in New England.
Now, you know how I hate polls.
I know. Well, that's pretty. This is
Well,
this is from the Wall Street Journal.
I personally gag on some of the polls that come out from these internet companies that use broadcast stations to further their, oh, geez, nobody listens to radio stations anyway. So why are you sending us all these polls to broadcast on our station if we're so not worthy of you because you're an internet company? I think the truth is obvious to most people. But this one is Wall Street Journal.
Yeah.
They got brick and mortar. They have creds. They have, everybody knows them. Very well respected in the industry. And so I'm saying to myself, maybe this one we should listen to.
Well, they looked at 500 public schools.
Yeah.
Wow. Public universities. And URI, number 1 in New England, 35th in the nation. Wow. That's really good. Survey evaluates how well schools prepare students for career and financial success.
Yeah, listen to the criteria. This is important also.
Student satisfaction, graduation rates, and post-college earnings. So, wow, they looked at a lot of
this is not
the
a
good
poll
stuff.
where they take a 20-year-old something and say, okay, get on your laptop at home. You're working from home, and I want you to go to Google Analytics, and I want you to find the searches that we could interpret of being like this, that, and the other thing. And that's really how most of those internet things are done. They're done with kids with laptops who are checking out Google Analytics, and based on people's search habits on the internet, they come to these conclusions. They never asked anybody.
Well, right. And when you look
And
at
so,
500 schools,
to me,
wow.
that's a survey. I mean, we did our best to the Blackstone Valley, remember?
Yep.
And I said, and we waited so many years to find a really good, true, and truthful way of judging public opinion, where the public themselves did it. It wasn't just Google searches and baloney like that. But this is Wall Street Journal, and you listen to the criteria. Well, repeat that criteria again. The things they
How
looked at.
well schools prepared students for career and financial success,
Right.
student satisfaction, graduation rates, and post-college earnings.
Isn't that what you go to college for?
Yes.
Those four things you just mentioned.
Prepare yourself for your career.
Right.
You want to have you want to be satisfied with your education.
Of course.
You want a high graduation rate.
Of course.
And your,
The
your
earnings
earnings part
after
is,
you
is
graduate.
important too.
Now,
Right.
those are the things I think that everybody's interested in when they're thinking of spending money on a higher education.
Yep.
And how lucky are we in Rhode Island that we get reduced tuition at such a fine school as URI? And it's a well-rounded place too. I mean, I was stationed there when I was a federal contractor for a time. I was stationed there, so I got a chance to see what was going on. I never worked for them, but I was stationed there at Narragansett, and I saw the kind of people that came to URI and studied there. I met the deans. I saw what they were doing for education. I said, these people are really, this is top cutting edge stuff.
All right, we're going to take a break. First break here in the Coffee and program. More coming your way. Time for a second message from the Northern Rhode Island Chamber of Commerce.
This is the short one. We remind you of the telephone number, 334-1000, friends. 334-1000. Call after 9 o'clock because they don't answer the phone until 9 o'clock. It's a 9 to 5 business. And ask them how chamber membership could help you. You'll be surprised at how effective it can be and how little it can cost.
Very good, Dave. We got a note to get to. You can call on yours at 766-1240.
They say in business you don't last very long if you don't know what you're doing. And if that's the case, we must know a thing or two at the Carew Investment Group because we've been in the business since 1987, helping people just like you with their investments. At the Carew Investment Group, we employ a conservative approach to client portfolios by using only the best quality companies available, many of which pay quarterly dividends. We look for opportunities that we expect to go up in value not every day, but over time. And we take our responsibilities seriously and always place our clients first in any investment decision. If you'd like to know more or would like a free portfolio review of your current holdings, you can call Paul or Ed at 765-8880. Our office is located at 2190 Mendon Road, Suite 3 in Cumberland, Rhode Island. And we'd love to meet you and see if we can help you with your investing journey. Securities offered through Bolton Global Capital, member FINRA and SIPC, and advisory services offered through Bolton Global Asset Management, a registered investment advisor.
The Coffee and Panel is enjoying coffee from Down East Coffee Roasters. All their coffee is roasted right here in Rhode Island. Down East Coffee Roasters is available at all Little General stores.
We're local and live at 99.5 FM.
It's Coffee and on ON Radio. Thanks for joining us. This is Joe Callahan.
And this is Dave
And
Richards.
Dave Richards is right over there. Well, they had, they had a little disturbance at Middletown High School. Police are investigating a threat against Middletown High. The school superintendent issued a statement yesterday saying students and parents reported a perceived online threat.
Right.
You just don't know. They don't say exactly what it said, but that's what it was. It was determined that it was not credible, and yesterday's classes were not canceled. Anyone with information regarding the threat is asked to contact Middletown Police or school officials. This always brings out a much larger contingent of police around the high school when things like this happen, especially in the morning when the kids are being dropped off and things like that. So they will keep up that vigilant look until things calm down there in Middletown. So I heard Dave do this story this morning. I'm like, who's paying for this? That was the first thing that came up to mind, and it's in Boston, and we have the whole Dorchester hospital that didn't get sold and was closed.
Right.
So there's an ambulance that's parked at the hospital in case someone shows up that didn't hear that it's closed, and if they need medical care, they will then put them in the ambulance and take them to another hospital.
Right.
Okay, is this a private ambulance service? And who then pays for it? would it be the people looking for help,
Yeah.
or the other hospital, or
Well,
your insurance?
My response to those questions, and they're valid questions, so don't think I'm just dismissing them, is who cares? It's something important that has to be done. It can save a life.
Well, right, but if you're the ambulance
For
company,
decades and decades and decades, that hospital's been there. Everybody knows it. It's part of the culture. It's part of the life. If you don't pay attention to the news, if you didn't get the message, and you instinctively go there when you're very, very sick and need immediate care, I'm sorry, isn't good enough. So somebody's got to do something above and beyond to be sure that they are responding to the fact that some people might not know. So that's my first response is it doesn't matter. Now, you're right to ask the questions, and fine, but if you're asking the questions to decide whether you want it or not, I think that's wrong thinking. I think right thinking is save a life first and worry about who pays for it later.
well, but who came up with the idea? We should station an ambulance at the hospital.
Well, obviously, somebody was thinking ahead.
Someone at the ambulance, or someone at the nearest hospital.
Who cares? I mean,
I'm interested in
Yeah.
who came up with this idea. We should have something over there just in case people still show up.
Yeah.
Until the word gets out to everybody that this hospital has closed.
yeah.
And I wonder how many runs they're making. How many people are still showing up to this closed hospital?
Well, we can
Oh,
give you
I-
the homework, Joe. You can look in on that and then tell us
I really need help.
tell us on Monday after
Okay.
they discontinue the service. It's only going till tomorrow,
That's right. That's right. We'll give you a couple of days to get
which
it done.
means they gave it 2 weeks, 2 solid weeks from the time the
Oh,
hospital
well, okay.
closed.
That should be enough time.
Yeah,
I think.
the story says it'll
right.
go till Saturday, and there
All
you go.
right. So let's see. Well, hundreds of dead fish washing up on the shore.
Well, they all want to be like the tiger
the
shark.
shark.
Yeah,
They're at Roger Wheeler State Beach. What do we used to call that? Sand Hill Cove.
yeah.
Yeah, same beach. But they all washed ashore on Thursday. Why? They're old. I don't know why. They got
Could be
scared,
a discharge
Had
from
a
a
heart
boat,
attack. It could be. Yeah, there could be lots of things.
because there's a lot of boat traffic there.
Pollution in the
A lot
water.
of, a lot of pleasure craft.
Yeah.
There's commercial fishing that goes not too far by.
Uh-huh.
And depending on which way the tide is going and the currents are yearning one way or the other, it'll just pick a beach, and that's where the dead fish will end up.
Okay. What do we do with them?
Fish fry? No.
That's not a good idea.
No, probably not, because you don't know what they died of.
That's right. Can you take
so
them back out in
compost.
the ocean and dump them back in?
Well, you don't know what they died of, so maybe
I know.
you're making a problem worse for other fish and
Maybe.
things. No, the best
Or
idea
compost.
is the best idea is compost, because whatever killed them will break down,
Mm-hmm.
and then they will decompose, and nutrients will go back into the earth, and they can be tested, to make sure it's okay. In other words, throw them in a pile.
Yep. All right. Well, let Mother Nature take care of it. Huh?
Well,
Basically.
sometimes that's the best course of action.
Yep.
But you're on that one. You're right. But I'm curious as to what killed them all, because that many fish in the same small area smells of chemical to me.
And is it related to the shark that washed up on Salty Brine Beach, which is just
No,
a few
because then you'd
miles
have
down the
more
road?
sharks. Sharks travel in schools
packs,
and packs.
yeah.
Yeah, right. So you're not going to have a chemical spill killing a shark and other sharks not sick. It's not going to happen.
All right. Well, the beginning of October.
But the fact that they were smaller fish, Joe,
Yeah.
does say it's inside the breakwater.
Yes.
So
Okay.
if it's inside the breakwater, that limits the amount of traffic. It's not going to be that Russian trawler that's sitting out there between Block Island and Narragansett. It's going
There
to
are
be something
Russian
that's
trawlers out there?
well, believe me, they've come right up Narragansett Bay and dared anybody to do anything about it. They have. Those are the stories I get. Although I didn't personally see anything but one big fishing boat, and I couldn't be sure that it was a Russian trawler, but I could tell you that there was a big commercial fishing boat that I personally saw come up Narragansett Bay, and it was way too big for its surroundings.
All right. October 1st is coming fast.
Yes.
And if you're a landlord and you haven't, done the new Department of Health new lead registry,
Yeah.
you could be facing some fines.
Don't talk to them. They don't want to talk to you. You have to go online.
Department of Health doesn't
They don't
want
want to
talk
know you.
them.
They just want your fee and they want your information. They do not want to deal with people.
The new law, states, potential renters can
right.
view whether or not the landlord has a lead certificate.
That's right.
And if you don't,
And then it's going to be, is the lead certificate up to date? And then it's going to be, is it the right type of lead certificate?
all landlords
And,
statewide are
it's just
required
going to
to sign
ratchet
up
this sucker up
online.
here until they extract as much money as they can, and people don't want to rent their property anymore. We can see this happening. This is my imagination, Joe,
All right.
for the
Running away with
future.
you.
A cynical imagination, because you've just seen it so many times.
If you don't do this new registry thing for the lead
$50 a month fine,
and the
which
inability
they'll pass on to their renters, I'm
of-
sure. Yeah.
and the inability to evict tenants.
That's right.
that's
They will
part of
not.
it.
They will not entertain your concerns about evicting a tenant if you're a foul on the lead certificate. Well, let's face it, folks. You've had since 1974 to get with
get
it,
it done, get
to
with the times.
encapsulate or remediate the lead in the paint that was used up until then. You've had, and that, my friends, guess what, is 50 years.
Right?
They've given you 50 years to handle this problem. And if you can't certify that you did after 50 years, why are you in the rental business? And I understand that. As much as I loathe the government jackboot ratcheting down on people who are trying to, make an American buck, at the same time, I say, after 50 years, you really have oughtn't to gut it together.
I mentioned we had a note to get to. Let's get to it now. 766-1240 on a completely different topic. Just says Vice President Harris keeps talking about the economy, companies with big bucks paying their fair share, and taxes. Now that is the norm for any and every candidate. However, she must address the big three problems and make it a priority and do it soon. And the big three are border crisis, Ukraine conflict, Mideast Holocaust. Do you agree
Ain't gonna
that's the
happen.
what, that she's going to address
they-
the big three like that?
They're hot potatoes.
Well, right.
Best you can do is kick them to the other side, like she's trying to do with abortion. Best thing you can do is kick it to the other side.
To the other side of the election, is that what you mean?
The other side of the question, which is your opponent.
Yeah.
Kick it to your opponent. Let them fumble. That's the it's hot button issues. There's no winning on those things because they are issues that will divide the House, will not unify even your group that support you, and it divides society. So it's not good campaign fodder.
Well, I agree with you on that, but except about the abortion thing, because she says she wants to back nationwide, and not the states get to decide, which is what Roe v. Wade did. We'll let the states decide. She wants back nationwide. Abortions will be okay.
Yeah, I understand. Well, that's her point of view on the matter.
It is.
Well, it's actually the Democratic point of view on the matter. I don't know what the lady wants.
Oh, she likes it too.
Well, okay, she may.
Yeah.
But, when you get to that high office, you tote the party line.
Yep. Right. So, what will she do about the border, the Ukraine conflict, and in the Mideast? I don't know. She says she's met with the president of Ukraine, although I don't know if they come to any kind of resolution. I don't know if she's ever spoken to Netanyahu in Israel. And she really has never said what she's going to do about the border. So she is probably going to stay away from it. And she does just want to talk about, paying down less taxes for the middle class. And I know she likes to talk about that millionaires like yourself, Dave, and the big companies paying. They always say, "Oh, they got to pay their
I
fair
had
share."
money before I bought the place.
What happened?
Real simple.
The economy.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to take a break here in the Coffee and program right now. It's time for a look at the weather forecast. And the weather forecast this time around is being sponsored by the fine folks over at Bank of America. Let me pull up the weather forecast right now. Let's get that going right there.
Sunny skies today with a high of 83 degrees. Tonight, mostly clear skies, overnight low of 56. Saturday's weather, sunshine and 82. Sunday, sunshine and 79. Monday, sunshine and 80. Tuesday, mostly sunny and 83. Wednesday, sunshine and 81. And on Thursday, partly sunny skies, high of 78 degrees.
Thank you very much, Me. And Bank of America has powerful digital solutions for local and global businesses so you can make every move matter. Visit this website, bankofamerica.com/banking for business, to learn more. Bank of America, NA, copyright 2024. Joe?
Currently outside the Navigant Credit Union broadcast studio at the corner of Park Ave and Kennedy Street, sunny skies and 65 degrees.
Wow! Can you believe Gators Pub is celebrating its 35th year in business? Maybe the key to Gators' success is our super friendly staff. Or maybe the fact that the chefs at Gators are constantly making some of the freshest and most delicious dishes around. If you've never been, come on down and check out our great lunch specials from Monday through Thursday. They also offer complimentary soup during lunch. Watch the Boston Red Sox on one of our many TVs while enjoying classic apps like fresh potato skins or our famous pita chips. Come watch a volleyball game and have a burger or one of our newest cocktail creations. Gators is located on Route 102 in North Smithfield, about 1 mile before Wright's Chicken Farm. Come say hello.
For an Allstate agent, providing protection options that fit your life is something they take, well, personally. Allstate agents are committed to learning about your needs and helping customize protection to meet them. From bundling your home and auto insurance with ease to evaluating optional coverage, your Allstate agent can help build an insurance proposal that fits your life. And just as important as learning what you need is learning what you don't. Because helping you get coverage you want with savings you deserve is what Allstate is all about. It's time to get coverage that's catered to you. Are you in good hands? Call Kara and Celeste Benjamin at the Benjamin Agency. One agency, 2 locations in North Smithfield and Bellingham. One telephone number, 765-5000. Subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and Allstate Property and Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
When you're thinking about a place to go out to eat with your family or the whole gang, or maybe something quieter for just the two of you, head over to ON Radio's website, wonsocketradio.com, and click on the restaurant guide. This gives you a listing of the best restaurants in the area. You can take a look at menus and possibly even make reservations. This is a great resource to see a bunch of restaurants all in one place. Remember, it's wonsocketradio.com and click on Restaurant Guide. And if you own a restaurant that's not already listed, call WOON Radio at 401-762-1240 for information on how your restaurant can be on the Restaurant Guide. Call Joe at 401-762-1240. It's Coffee and on ON Radio. Thanks for joining us. I'm Joe Callahan. Dave Richards is here. We're being joined at the Coffee and Table by Rich Lane from Post 85. Hi, Rich.
Oh, good morning.
Nice to have you here.
The rooster's back.
Trish Parento's here as well.
Yay.
Good
Hi,
morning.
Hi, Trish. Nice to have you here. And before we talk with Trish and Rich, Dave, it's time for your first message from the Valley Breeze newspaper.
Thanks, Joe. I have in my hand a copy of the Cumberland Lincoln edition of the Valley Breeze newspapers. There are, of course, 5 different editions. And let's take a look at some of the headlines you'll find in this week's edition. A development dispute at the center of the campaign for mayor in Cumberland. Ethan Shorey has all the dirt from behind the scenes. That ought to sell a few papers. Well, you don't have to buy them. You know, they're free when you shop. Conservation Commission calls for mindful recycling after the summer lapse. Sophia Barr has a story from Lincoln. And also from Cumberland, Luz Martinez. It's Luz Jennifer Martinez, I'm sorry. Reports from Cumberland on the officials assessing traffic congestion on Diamond Hill Road. What traffic congestion on Diamond Hill Road?
Oh, there's none.
No. All righty. And now I hold the North Smithfield, Woonsocket, and Blackstone edition of the paper. And I wish you were watching on TV. Some of you I know are listening on radio, because there is a wonderful full-color picture of 9-year-old Eva Harris of Attleboro standing behind a wall of painted sunflowers, and her face is in the center of the sunflower. And it reminded me of like in The Wizard of Oz when all the little flowers had faces on them and stuff like that. Oh, what a pretty picture that is. And she's got flowers in her hair too. For the news stories, Corey Plant talks about the primary election and the success of Mr. Ward in gaining a 15-point advantage in the voting on Tuesday. And he goes on to battle it out with the incumbent Mayor Beauchamp, of course, in November. Comedian Matt Rife and YouTuber Elton Casti want to buy the Conjuring House in Burrillville.
He bought land in North Smithfield.
Yeah.
Matt Rife did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so anyway, he wants to buy the Conjuring house,
Oh, okay.
which I mean, I lived next to it for 20 something years,
Yeah.
and not
Not
right
for you.
next to it, but just down the street from it.
Yeah.
We'll put it that way. And I knew friends that went to school, and the bus route that I was on when I was a kiddie went right by it and stuff like that. And we all think it's kind of overblown.
Oh, okay.
But what the heck, you
But the
know?
movie scared
Let
people,
them
so-
have their fun.
Yeah.
But we all kind of think it's overblown.
All right.
You want to see a real haunted house, go see the one that I grew up in. Corey Plant has the story about that. Also, Corey Plant was busy. She went over to North Smithfield.
He
went over. Thank you for catching me on that. I'm busy looking at the headline. Pacheco Park cameras help curb vandalism surge. It works out with the LED lighting and the Wi-Fi security and all the rest of that. And the cameras are up high and very nice. Anyway, great news stories so you know what's going on in your area. And, of course, fantastic ads from wonderful local advertisers that you will be so appreciative of their work, their wares, and your own decision to do business locally. It's the Valley Breeze, free where you shop every Thursday, 5 different editions.
All right, very good there, Dave. Quick question for Rich right off the bat. Your granddaughters, they've both started school. How are things after the first few days?
They're
That they've
loving
told you?
it.
Yeah.
They're loving it. Yeah, they go up to Norfolk Agricultural School.
Both of
And,
them?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and they jump in my oldest granddaughter's Chevy S10 pickup truck and drive away. And my daughter is so happy because she doesn't have to do any of that transport anymore. So, yeah, but everything's going great.
Life
They're having
gets
fun.
good after a while,
Most
huh?
certainly does. Most certainly does.
So at that school, is it required to have a pickup truck in the parking lot?
Well, I don't know. I don't know. But
All that agricultural stuff, you know.
But it's so different from just a regular public school
Oh, right.
education.
That's
you know,
different.
but,
Right.
And, you know, open campus and the whole bit, it's almost like going to a college.
College,
So,
yeah.
yeah, they're loving it.
Well,
They're
that's
loving
great.
it.
I'm glad to hear that. Trish Parento is here. She comes in twice a year or so to talk about the event that's coming up. You always have these annual boobification events. Tell us about the one that's coming up.
Okay, this one, there's a
Sunday.
lot to this.
Yeah.
It's Sunday at Post 85 on River Street. And it's Boobification's 4th annual Mental Health Day for Family and Friends. It's all about wellness, healing, and empowerment.
Okay.
And I've always wanted to do a family-friendly event. So this kind of fit perfect with helping survivors. So the first part is we have a pampering section where the ladies can go and they get free hair, makeup, nails, Reiki, henna.
Mani pedis?
Not there. They do get
do
the
nails, okay.
they get the manicure. So they can go, they get free services.
Yeah.
The public can also go in the area and they can pay small fee for the services.
Okay.
But they'll be in the survivor section where I'll be. Lady will come up and she'll get a punch card. She'll be able to go and, to the different services.
Okay.
We also have very special gift bags that we'll be giving to them, their husbands, and their kids. People forget that the families and the husbands, they're watching their wives go through this. So that it's just as much of a mind blow for them as it is for the lady. We have a kids section. Kids section, we have Artie Marty coming. This is third time she's come to do face painting. We do a theme for the kids section. This year it's space. They're going to do a craft. We got sun catchers that they can paint, little ornaments that they can make. Each child will get a drawstring bag with a bunch of space-themed goodies inside from 5 to 15. We have a petting zoo coming this year, which I'm so excited about. TNT Fun Farm. It's a small traveling zoo. It's got a goat and pig and all that good stuff. And then we have Christina Rondo coming from 12 to 12:30, and that's something that the kids can go up and do the demonstration with her. And then we also have
like martial arts and
Yep,
things like that?
kickboxing.
Kickboxing, okay.
Yep.
Great.
And then we have Talia Ray. She does hula hoop and she does, with fire and with also, she's just awesome.
So she
does
puts on a
demo.
show?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, cool.
She does that, and then when she's done, the kids can go up, take the hula hoops.
Not on fire.
Exactly. Exactly. And they're able to play for a little while.
All right.
So the kids have quite a bit
Can
going
she,
on
can
that
she,
day.
Does she teach the kids how to do hula hoops?
Yeah.
'Cause as a boy, I could never figure it out.
Listen, as a girl, I can't do it. So
We just figured the girls had it easier just because of the way they were built.
No. She's going to be there all day. She's setting up a table.
Okay.
So she's going to be in the kids section. They'll be able to do that throughout the day, not just in the demonstration.
Okay.
So we got vendors. I didn't really want this to be a vendor event, but then we decided to allow small businesses to come, people that are just starting off. We give them a free spot so that it's all profit for them. So we have Project Butter, Enchanted Squirrel, Jewelry, Elaine's Wired Creations, Spokey's Drawings. We have a young girl who's 10, all around Illy, and she makes like crock charms and all these little things. I love to see young entrepreneurs like that. She's just so cool.
Like bracelets and things like that?
Yeah,
Oh,
all
nice.
tumbler stickers.
All right.
And then Lily Loves It Dog Food, and then Deborah Lynn Beauty and Wellness. And like I said, I come for free, get your business out. I understand how hard that can be. And then we have organizations, and this was the big part of when I started this, is to get as many resources and support systems that are local there so that the people can see. Not everybody knows the resources that we have around here. So we have Hearts with Hope coming. We have RAMP, which helps with accessibility.
Okay.
New Beginnings, United Health.
Oh, is Jean bringing food?
No, no. Bombshell Betty's of Rhode Island.
You like them, Rich?
Yes.
Yeah, they'll be there. Rhode Island Health Equity Zone Initiative, New England Missing Children, and Center for Women and Enterprise. So they will be there with all their information, what they can do for the community. I also have a resource center there with a flyer holder, pamphlet holder. And I put a bunch of stuff that I pick up around the city in there also for reference. Then we have a schedule of events a schedule of performances, demonstrations. We're going to start off at 10:30, acoustic fun with Christine. She's the survivor. And then I'm going to be going up. I'm going to have some survivors come and share stories. 12 o'clock, Rondo's Kickboxing. 12:30, Sideways Down Band. Really, really good band. 1:30 to 2, Passion and Persistence Dance Empire. They are so good. Catherine Hardy, she's the teacher. And they actually had my secretary crying last year because the choreography was just amazing. And then Talia Ray Performance Arts. And then Secondhand Smoke Band, another great band. Then we'll be doing the raffles and 50-50. And then at the end, at 4:30, 5:30, we have a special guest. Her name is Nicola Vasquez, and she's coming from New York City to come and sing for us. Just a little bit about her. She's Billboard featured New York City songwriter, vocalist, guitarist, former Broadway performer. She can do it all. Her show is high energy, pop, folk, rock, mix of driving beats, soulful melodies, intelligent lyrics, all anchored by her sizzling vocals and her guitar chops. She's opened for Edwin McCain, Eve Six, shared the stage with Ricky Martin, Living Color. I mean, there's just so much. So I'm really excited about her coming down. Her mother has breast cancer and it metastasized. So this is kind of something that's really close to her heart. And then each year we acknowledge a group of people that we feel might not get enough appreciation. The first year it's veterans, although we do that at all our events. The next year, police officers, correctional officers, Then we did nurse, CNA, those who work in the medical field. This year it's postal carriers, mail carrier, Amazon, FedEx, any of that. If they work in that area, they will get a special gift of appreciation. I think in 2020, when we were all sucking in the house and they had to bring everything, I don't think they got the appreciation that they really should have got. I know I appreciated them. And then each year I choose 2 local nonprofit organizations, and we donate a $200 raffle basket to them. And we've been able to help Woonsocket Animal Shelter, Cat Sanctuary, Woonsocket Rotary Club, Post 85 Auxiliary. This year we gave one to Hearts with Hope and to New Beginnings. So we gave it to them a month ahead of time. They were able to go and sell tickets. The day of the event, they will pick the ticket, call the winner, and let us know how much they were able to raise with that particular basket. So far, between the ones that we've helped in the past, we've made over 1,200 just to help these, so they have a special raffle basket. Boobification has a special raffle. It's Cam Neely signed jersey, signed puck with a Bruins blanket. And we got it from the Cam Neely Foundation, which my friend Rich over here helped me with that.
I don't know. Well, that's great.
Yeah, so we're raffling that off. And we got food trucks, Method of a Mad Woman, and Layered with Sweets. Oh, my gosh, she's amazing.
We're going to take a break right there, Trish. So take a break, take a breath. And more of the Coffee and program coming your way. This portion of Coffee and...
See, when you came to record, I said, how do we get this into 1 minute?
That's going to be tough.
Listen, I heard you say yes, and that was it. that was it.
This segment of Coffee and sponsored by the Valley Breeze newspaper.
The Valley Breeze has been a local news leader since its founding in 1996, and more people are reading our stories today than ever before. We believe our mission of making our community stronger by telling their stories is not just a tagline, but a way of life for our staff as they connect with you, our loyal readers and advertisers. Our team thanks you for always reading, always reaching out, and always helping toward our shared vision. Check out any of our 5 editions or visit valleybreeze.com for more.
As drivers, we encounter motorcycles on the road every day, and motorcycle safety is a two-way street. So give motorcycles extra space when stopping and starting. Check your mirrors and blind spots. Share the road, but never try and share a lane. Every rider could be a father, a son or a brother, a mother, a daughter or a sister, or the whole world to someone very special. Brought to you by the Rhode Island Police Chiefs Association and the Rhode Island Broadcasters Association.
Hi, my name is Trisha. I am the president of Boobification. We have a great event coming up September 15th. It's so many things. Pampering section for breast cancer survivors. We have organizations, vendors, kids section with a petting zoo. We have a schedule of performances and demonstrations from 10:30 till 5:30. Food trucks. There's so much to this event, and I really hope that everybody can make it. Sunday, September 15th, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. at Post 85 on River Street in Woonsocket. Thank you.
Hey, who was that?
I'm sitting near a radio celebrity. Wow.
Trisha
She
Prento's with
sounds
us.
great doing that.
She sounds
Sure.
awesome.
You could just feel the love coming out of her and that
yeah.
message. I was so proud of her work.
Yeah, thank you for your patience.
So,
Very patient.
So what? Even professionals have to rehearse. a little.
Rehearse, that's right.
Yeah.
So this is Joe Callahan here with Dave Richards, Rich Elaine, and Trisha Parento, and you just want to take a look at the run down some of your sponsors for this Sunday's event.
Yes. This year we were blessed, so blessed, and because of that, we're going to be able to really bless the survivors and their families and those in the community. Elaine Grady, in memory of Richard Fuller Sr., Woonsocket Rotary Club. Every year, they're amazing to us. American Legion Post 85, DNA Recording, Promotions and Productions, Beautiful Ink Tattoo and Permanent Makeup, The Art Den, Loverly Photography, Renee Lee Beauty Studio, Chris Mellon for Woonsocket City Council, David Serrani in memory of Judy Canali Serrani, Ramp, Ruland Manufacturing, Cafin Oil Company, Joshua Rogers in memory of Alexander Montalvo, Crittman Motorcycle Rhode Island, Motorcycle Club Rhode Island, Coastal One, Quality Precision Home Improvements, Lucky Breaks Pinup, Helene Mandeville in memory of Adrian Mandeville, Papa Bear, Nicola Vasquez, St. Joseph's Veteran Association, Councilman Brian Thompson, Hearts with Hope, Senator Melissa Murray, Stephen Casey, Garrett Mancerini. Mancieri. I always get his name. Sorry, Garrett. And JD Handyman Services. So,
By the way, that's Rhode Island Senator-elect Brian Thompson, too.
Oh, yes,
He's got
yes.
2 titles now.
yes,
Effectively, he was elected last Tuesday because he has no opposition from the other party.
yep, yeah. So, congratulations.
He's a big
to
shot
him.
now.
Yeah.
And he's supporting your project.
No, the people that it's amazing. You know, some years we get very little sponsorship, but we make it work. Other years we're blessed like this, and we have so many things to give to those in the community.
And you got to think of something else too when you're talking about this. I'll just make a side comment on the people who are running for office. Right now, they're having their own fundraisers and trying to raise money for their own efforts.
Yeah.
To then be so impressed with your event to take some of their money and spend it on you.
Yeah.
That shows great sincerity, I think.
Yeah, and a love for the community. This is a community event. They know everything that, people will be getting, not just the survivors. So, yeah, no, I appreciate everybody. And breast cancer affects everybody. Everybody. So everybody's kind of either knows somebody, a family member, friend, or have had it. So it hits a lot of people in the heart. And I'm just beyond grateful. I'm so excited for Sunday. This is going to be such a great day.
All right. Let's give Rich 5 minutes or so
Yep.
to talk about what else is going on at the Post, not just Sunday afternoon.
Well, I'm going to preface that a little bit by saying that I get a chance to sit down with Trish down at the Post, and we have our discussions with one another. And I'm going to tell you all out there, you won't find a harder working lady for an organization than Trish right here. She got a great team, but I've always said, when you got a great team, it's because the person at the top of that team is outstanding. And Trish, since I've met you, you and I are kind of the same in that way. Like we don't take any, as they say, junk,
Yeah.
let's say, right? So, but it's a pleasure working with her, and she does so much for the veteran community too. So just so people know that. But what's going on at the Post, right? All right, we got tomorrow night Tucker's Creek coming in. Southern Rock Band under our pavilion tomorrow night from 7 to 11. Saturday,
It's
September.
going to be a gorgeous day tomorrow, too.
Yeah, it's supposed to be really, really nice. And so the following Saturday, September 21st, we got the Grateful Dead cover band, So Many Roads, coming in. That's usually a really, really good time. And then Saturday, September the 28th, New England World Wrestling Extreme. George, you got your tights all clean for that one?
Of course I have.
Attaboy. Attaboy. So we got that going on. As far as one more thing, too. On Saturday, September the 29th, Member Appreciation Day over at American Legion Post 85. You do not have to be a member to attend, even though it's a Members Appreciation Day. It's also an open house. So if you've always been wondering, I tell you all the time, come by the Post, come by the Post, come by the Post. Good day to come by the Post. Saturday, September the 29th. All the entities will be there. You can ask questions about joining any of the entities. They're at American Legion Post 85.
Mention which ones the entities are, just to be sure.
Okay, we have the regular American Legion, which you got to be a veteran. We have the Sons of the American Legion, where you have to be a male descendant of a veteran.
Right.
You have the Auxiliary, where you have to be a female descendant of
Or associate.
associate. And we have the Friends of Fairmount, which is a civilian organization that supports the Post.
There you go.
So you can join any one of those.
And the Post supports Fairmount too.
Oh, yeah, and we also have a junior auxiliary. All right, so if you're younger than 16 years old,
Right.
you can join the junior auxiliary. So
Very
that-
active Post, and there's a place for everybody.
There is. And if you don't want to join any of the entities, we're open to the public.
There you go.
So if you want to come down and have a beverage, feel free. The beverages aren't free. You're free
No,
to
yeah.
come in.
Right.
Yes. Yes. One thing we're having this Wednesday, the 18th, very, very important to remember. We are having our Veterans Cafe once again on Wednesday, the 18th, starting at 11 a.m. Any veteran out there that is 60 years old or older, we're going to have entities from the Rhode Island VA down there. They can tell you anything you're wondering about as far as any benefits that you get. You can come down on Wednesday the 18th, and if they don't have the answer, they know who to get the answer from. So you've been scratching your head wondering as a veteran how I get this, how I get that. Wednesday the 18th at 11 a.m. down American Legion Post 85 might be a real good time for you to come down and ask those questions. Real quick. I'm always real quick. Huh?
Absolutely, Rich.
We've got put it down because this is an event that's in the Fairmount community that has been well attended for the last 4 years. It's our annual trunk or treat put on by the auxiliary. That's going to be on Saturday, October the 26th. And it's like a trick or treat thing where we have hot dogs, hamburgers, crafts, candy,
everything but midnight marauding.
There you go.
Decorations,
There you go.
costumes, the whole thing, right?
Yeah, that's right. Come in costumes, and that's trunk or treat Saturday, October the 26th, 4:30 p.m. to 7 p.m. Everybody says, oh, Halloween, trick or treat's not. This is probably the safest place you can bring your kid to trick or treat.
Yeah.
Telling you right now. So, come like I said, Saturday, October 26th for that, and real quick again. Sunday, October the 20th, is the Vietnam Veterans Dedication Memorial up at American Legion Post 85. And I'm going to tell you, I'm going to entice people out there a little bit. They've been talking about having Black Hawk fly over.
Ooh.
Okay. They're talking about bringing bagpipes in, the gun salutes, the whole bit. So it's going to be an awesome, awesome day. Saturday, October 20th, Vietnam Veterans Dedication. That's going to start at 1 p.m. And I think that's about what I got.
And Tricia, the weather on Sunday is going to be great too.
I know. That's the worst. The biggest stressor for anybody putting on an outdoor event is the weather.
But
I have
sunny
to
and
say,
79.
Oh, yeah.
Past 4 years, God has been good because I've never had a rain day. I had a 99-degree day. That was pretty bad, but
Yeah, right.
yeah.
Well,
Remember that one.
Oh, gosh. I actually collapsed that day. Had to leave my event early. That was brutal.
Yeah.
so real quick, if people just getting listening in at the end here, you're president of Boobification. Can you just briefly explain what that organization does?
Boobification is a local nonprofit. Our mission is to help breast cancer survivors with the mental effects of breast cancer. We offer tattoo scar coverage with tattoo, and we also offer photo shoots. They can get hair and makeup, go with a photographer. They pick where they want to go, and our hope is that they find the new woman in their new normal. Find the identity again of being a woman. And all our services are free. And we help women throughout all New England, not just Rhode Island.
Fantastic. So you're putting on this your 4th annual Mental Health Day for breast cancer survivors and their families.
And their families.
And it all takes place this Sunday at Post 85 from 10 until 6. And you get a lot of great information and great exhibits going on down there this coming Sunday. So how long does it take you to put together this kind of an event?
I started this probably in March.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's a long time.
Yeah. There's
Getting
a lot of
everybody
people.
together.
A lot of people.
for instance, twisting this guy's arm, Rich, for the date. You have to give us this date, Rich.
Well, I will say this, and if you haven't got like 5 minutes to stop by and see Trish on Sunday,
5 minutes out of 8 hours. That's
if you want to just drive by, and I'm sure they take donations, right?
Always.
You can drop a check or cash off, and I'm sure Trish would be more than happy to take it because they depend on donations to survive.
All our services are free.
Yep.
So, but you know what? We've never had to deny anybody in the past 9 years that we've been doing this. So,
Fantastic.
yeah.
All right, we've come to the end of the program here on the Coffee and program. It goes by very quickly. We have great people here, of course. And so, Tricia Parento, thanks for coming in, and best of luck on Sunday.
Thank you so much for letting me come.
Absolutely. Rich Elaine, thanks for coming in as well.
Always a pleasure, and nice to be here with Trish this morning, too.
Yeah.
All right, Dave, thanks for being here.
All right, great show, Joe, and good to be here with good friends in the morning. We wish you the best, of course, and we'll see you down the trail.
Very good. I'm Joe
High
Callahan.
school football tonight.
Tonight at 6, and I'm Joe Callahan. Have a great weekend, and stay tuned for Gary Smith and the crew. Do your members at 9:30 here on ON Radio.
Broadcasting live and local daily from the Navigant Credit Union broadcast studio at the corner of Park Avenue and Kennedy Street. This is WOON Woonsocket Radio. And now, the news. Landlords in Rhode Island have until October 1st to sign